Hello, this is Joanna Joanna the Medium. Thank you so much for coming back. These are going to be readings for July 2016. Right away, what I want to say is that I have been recording these readings at the end of June, and it has been like pulling teeth. Some of them I've had to record several times. Some of them they kind of stopped. It just the energies were completely off. So hopefully it'll not translate negatively into the readings. I don't feel so because when I finally got them out, the flow was there. But I don't know about you guys, but the end of June energetically felt really off, and it still feels that way because I'm still as I'm talking to you right now, it's June 30th, so I am recording this at the end of June. Every single reading that I've done, pretty much, for the month of July seems to have a component of changes coming up. Now, these are not bad changes, but there is a definite feeling of transformation that will be taking place in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And this is pretty much with most of them, if not all of the readings that I recorded from my memory. So that's something to keep in mind. It doesn't mean that it's going to be bad, but there's definitely a lot of changes on a deep level for pretty much every one of you that this will resonate with. Okay, let me just see if there's any more information. Of course, these readings are general, so if this reading doesn't make sense to you, you can listen to your sun sign or your rising sign, as some of them will offer a greater picture, a more complete picture. And of course, if it doesn't make sense to you this month, then maybe it's not the right reading for you. As always, I love your comments. I read every single one of them. I respond to as much of these as I can. But time-wise, it's simply not feasible for me to do this. I also try to respond to all the emails I get, but I get so many emails every day. It's pretty much impossible at a certain point to get back to all of you. But I want you to know I truly appreciate your feedback, and I do read every single one. And I believe for all of you who have emailed me, I have emailed you back within few days. Of course, if you would like a private reading, you can reach me at the information below. Also, keep in mind, I do give free readings every other Sunday for 2 hours during a live radio broadcast with another medium or whoever happens to be with me. So if you are looking for a little short reading or just don't want to have a full reading, feel free to contact me that way, and that information is provided down below. Approaching August readings, I will be away towards the very end of July, so just FYI, August readings might be a few days late. I just don't think I'm going to have enough time to record them all before after I come back and before August starts. So I know a lot of you email me asking where are the videos for the month. So just FYI, it may be a few days late. I will try my best to make it as quickly as possible, but I also don't want to rush through it too much, because then it's not really giving a lot of value if it's just rushed. I want to do it properly. For those of you who have emailed me and who scheduled with me for private readings, I thank you so much. It has been an incredible journey up until this point, and it's something that I have not foreseen at all. And what I'm planning on doing as a thank you for all of you is, when I reach 10,000 subscribers, and I'm about 8 right now, I will do a special on my readings for limited time. So keep watching for that, and we'll go from there. So enough talking, and without further ado, let's start with the readings. I will see you soon. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aries. rising sign, moon sign, and sun sign for the month of July 2016. And just like before the last few months, I'm going to see if there is any messages that Spirit wants to put forth before I turn the cards over. The words I hear is reliance of self, and I also hear the word agitation. And what I'm being shown that these two words or these two feelings or emotions are now taking place in your life. I also hear the word work. So agitation perhaps is taking place in your work environment. I'm also being shown it is in a relationship environment as well. And then I'm being shown the words self-reliance again. And it is very much a feeling of whoever you are or whoever this message is for. There is a bit of a refusal for you to act upon yourself or to act in a way that makes you feel self-reliant. In other words, you keep giving your power away, and that makes you feel very agitated at yourself, but also at other people. So the message is stop giving your power away, know your worth, have your independence, and stop portraying yourself as a victim to others. And I also hear that this is never ending, as in this is a perpetual cycle. You keep putting yourself in, and I am being shown this is to do with your mental activity and mental inability to break away from your own prison, your own mental chains. So let me just see if there's anything else. And again, I hear the word work and relationships. So for some of you, this is going to be pertaining to relationships at work. And for some of you, this is going to be personal relationship, family, romantic, friendship, any kind of relationship that's other than work. Now, I'm going to flip the cards over. So this is my little bit of a different spread. So the first card represents the issue. And whenever I chuckle is because cards, when I turn them over, I'm having difficulty speaking. When I turn them over and right away I see that they're connected to the message that was just said, I chuckle. So the first card you have is the card of harmony. And I do believe in the traditional tarot deck, this is the Lovers. It is shown to me in reverse. The number 6 pertains to June. I am recording this in June. So for some of you, whatever you're going through right now and the quabbles you are experiencing either started in June or are taking place in June and well into July. This is Major Arcana, which represents things going on within you rather than outside of you. And this is also an aspect of you that is quite prominent with respect to how you feel about yourself. So the reason why this card shows up in reverse is because he's saying to me problems with self-reliance. So I'm just going to ask him to explain this a little bit more. When we rely on other people to constantly give us guidance, to constantly approve of who we are or what we do, when we constantly depend on others to do that for us, we lose the ability to rely on those things from ourselves. And the very essence of who we are is power. When we keep asking or wanting others to value us or validate us, that's a better word, we are forgetting that that is already there. That power is already there. So in essence, looking for outside sources to constantly validate who we are, is forgetting that that's actually giving our power away. Okay. Now, when I look at this card, he's also saying to me the word yin and yang. So even though it is the Lovers and it could represent a romantic aspect of a relationship, this is to do with aspects of you, both feminine, masculine, yin, yang, positive, negative. It's about coming into balance. When we are in a place of balance, we are much more equipped to handle anything that comes our way. And again, I hear the word work. So for some of you, this is going to be definitely work related, frustrations regarding work. Having this card in reverse is basically highlighting the fact that the balance between yin and yang is not achieved and needs to be achieved. So right now you're feeling in a state of imbalance. This is both mental, emotional, could be physical, but I want to say mental and emotional first and foremost. So that's what the issue is. That's what's happening right now. The second card represents how you're responding to it or how you are reacting to this. And we have the card called Firm Foundation. This is the physical aspect of who we are. This is the suit of, it's an earth energy, the suit of pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. 4 to me represents stability, but it's at the very beginning of stability. Now, this gentleman, as he's looking in, as he's facing the mountain, which represents a challenge in front of him, he is standing in front of it, meaning there is no way back, but he has to move forward. But he's not looking at this challenge. He's not looking, perhaps because he doesn't feel he can take it on. He can, perhaps he doesn't feel he has what it takes in order to take it on, and perhaps he doesn't feel ready, or all of the above. So I also hear the word self-depicted criticism, and I have to kind of wrap my head around this. So what's basically being said, that whatever chaos or imbalance is going on within you pertaining to a relationship or a work environment, you are refusing to look at the bigger picture. Bigger picture meaning the challenge that's in front of you. And he's pointing to your head. And even though this is a physical card, and it is pertaining to physical aspects of us, so work, relationships, money, whatever it may be. But he is saying to me that for the most part, it is the product of your mind and your imagination that is preventing you from looking at this mountain and making you feel that you are ready to handle it head on. So your response in a roundabout way, the response of your response is refusal to see what's in front of you. Okay. I also hear the word anger. Anger typically is depicted to me in a color red. This is a red border card. So perhaps you have some anger that hasn't been healed, and it's festering in, I want to say, in your gut area, and that is constantly fueling you, whether it's to blame others, blame yourself, blame the situation. There's a refusal for you or whoever you are to take the reins of the horse and just take control. That's the biggest thing. Now, advice. What should you do? Or how should you go about this? The card is called Patience. This is another major arcana. And this card was shown to me in reverse. So patience is a very straightforward word. It's also very self-explanatory. And the reason why this is being shown to me in reverse is because he's saying to me, you do not have patience with yourself and you get easily frustrated. And that frustration can come about in a way towards others, or it can come about in a way of feeling frustrated towards yourself and within yourself. He's also saying to me that there's a lack of self-nurture. So whoever you are, I feel like you're constantly in your head, and the aspect of nurturing seems to be a little bit foreign to you. Now, when he's talking about nurturing, I want to ask him exactly what he means by this, because nurturing can mean different things to different people. He says self-care. In what way? Being kind to yourself in an emotional way, meaning don't beat yourself up, don't be so hard on yourself, and don't let others define who you are, which is really giving your power away. So patience with yourself and bringing power back to you, and also recognizing the power within you, is the advice that's being given to you for this particular situation. Again, I hear the word work. So for a majority of you, I believe this is going to be around a work area, work relationship, or anything to do with your work, what you do for work. And if you do not work, if you have no job or employment, then it could be aspects of you that you are being, that you are being frustrated with. Apologies for this. Okay, now the future card is represented by the next card, and it's shown. The card is shown love begins. In the traditional suit, this is called the Ace of Cups. It is all about emotions, but it is shown to me in reverse. So I'm going to ask him. And he's saying to me the reason why this is showing up in a future position is because as long as you keep being angry, or as long as you keep an aspect of anger, which belongs, I feel, way, way back, wherever it comes from. It is not about now. It is not about what's going on now. It is, that anger is just being fueled, but it's been festering there for quite some time. As long as you keep that aspect of you alive and you keep fueling it, you will always feel inadequate. And feeling inadequate is a very... It's an emotion that's quite draining. Also, when we feel inadequate, we often look to others for validation, which is what was expressed at the very beginning. And though it is absolutely wonderful for people to give us praise, and it is absolutely wonderful to hear praise, if we rely on praise in order to motivate us or keep us going forward, that is a recipe, can I say, for failure. And when I mean failure, it's not that you're going to fail, but you're never going to sustain that long term. In other words, unless that comes from within you, anything that's given to you from outside of you can also be taken away, and therefore it's short-lived. And I'm going to leave it with that because he's saying they got it. So the next card is, the card's called Summary, but it's just basically an overview of what's happening. So this is another major arcana. So out of 5 cards, you do have 3 major arcanas, which is majority of the cards. This is card number 2. It is aspect of you. Intuition is very self-explanatory. And I hear that there is choices and decisions to be made. But these choices and decisions are not about situations outside of you. These are choices and decisions pertaining to how you are going to move forward with regards to your thinking, your acting or reacting to certain situations or information in front of you. I also hear the word stubborn. So this is being shown to me as whoever this message is for, whether it's sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, you're pretty intuitive, and you're actually probably a lot more than just intuitive. Whether it's you're spiritually inclined, whatever the words may be. but there is an aspect of you that is refusing. There's a refusal to listen to your intuition. And it's almost like you are committed to feel the anger that you feel. And I don't necessarily say that this anger is taking you over, but it is certainly an aspect that you keep fueling that is constantly undermining who you are. Let me just see if there's any more information. He's showing me the number 8. So whoever this is for, if number 8 resonates with you, 8 can also be August. I'm just going to see if there's 8s here. No, there's no 8s. But whatever the number 8 is, 8 years ago, 8 years, whatever the 8 is, I'm going to leave that with you. I seem to stutter today a lot, so please forgive me. The message is take control of your emotions. Don't let your emotions run wild. It's no different than letting your dog, it's an interesting metaphor, run wild and you have no control over it. That can get you into trouble, because a dog that doesn't listen has the potential to create problems and troubles, whether it's for you or for other people or a combination of both. I also keep seeing a butterfly, so I'm just going to, maybe some of you resonate with the butterfly, and I also hear the word freedom. So I'm going to leave that with you. As always, this makes no sense to me, and I would love your comments. And please remember, if this does not make sense to you, listen to your other signs, or perhaps this doesn't make sense to you this month, which means the reading is not for you this month, and that's totally okay. There's thousands of other readers out there, and you will find something that resonates with you. Until August, I wish you best of luck. Please have a lot of patience with yourself. Again, I'm seeing the number 8, something to do with the dad. 8 and dad, 8 years ago. So maybe you have a father who passed 8 years ago, or something happened with dad 8 years ago, or when you were age of 8. Something over there. Of course, if you would like a private reading, you can contact me. And also, I keep forgetting, for those of you who are not ready for private reading, or you can't for whatever reason, I do free readings live on a radio show, online radio show, every other Sunday, and that information is posted down below and also on my website. You can call in and get a free reading. I do that for 2 hours every other weekend, and you can always call in and get your free reading that way. Okay? Until August, I wish you best of luck, and thank you again so much for listening and for watching.